Hi, today I wanted to dive a bit further into what I was talking about in my last video, which was writing the story of your life. I have a name for what I'm going to call this. It's called Ink Trails, and I'm going to put up somewhere here and at some time during this video some of the logos and some of the branding that I'm working on, just so you can have a look at it and tell me what you think. If you love it, let me know. If you don't tell me. No, I'm only joking. You can tell me, but be nice. So what we're going to do today is I've written down the process of what I'm going to go through in the whole writing of your book, both the transformational side and the publishing side. And I promised you guys that I would tell you about it so that you could do it yourself if you wanted to. But if you're wanting to do it with me, then please let me know. My website is donnanelson.com.au. Across the board now, at this point, my handle is at Donna Nelson Productions, and my email address is at no, that's not right. Hang on. donnanelsonproductions@gmail.com. So, is there anything else I need to tell you about that? I'd love it if you met up with me on social media. I am diving back into that world, other than YouTube. So yeah, that'd be great. So we're going to go through, there's 11 steps that you need to go through in order to write a transformational book that you want to get published. And the first part is asking yourself what your vision is. So what's your vision for the actual transformation? And what's your vision for the book that you're going to release to the world if that's what you want to do? If you're going to be working with me, you have the choice whether or not to publish it. You can still get physical copies. If you're wanting to just give it to your family, or you can get proof copies, and that way you don't have to publish it. But if you are wanting to, then what we'll do is the unedited version is the transformational process that we're working on, and then we'll edit it so that it has a message for people that you want to give them about your journey, your hero's journey through your life. And you'll need to commit to the process. Writing a book is quite challenging, and that's why I'm offering this, because transforming your life and healing your life and changing your trajectory, they're very tricky things which I've spent decades on. And that's the reason I'm offering this, because the writing, the creative process helps to take your mind off of the challenges that can go with dealing with the transformation, and help put your focus on, which is one of the other steps actually, but it gives you that witness energy, and it gives you that third person vision of your process, so that you can step back and view it from a different perspective. And we want to do this with honor and self-respect and self-care. I'm not saying to step back and have no feelings about it, but just that one step back gives you that space to witness your journey and your previous self with love and with compassion. That when you're deep diving into it, which I'm not saying we won't do if that's where you need to go or want to go, but and I do want to say here that I'm not a doctor and I'm not a therapist. I'm a coach and I'm a guide, and I will help you along the path to discuss these topics. But I strongly suggest, if this video or if the process itself, even if you're working one-on-one with me or doing my online course, I strongly suggest that you see a professional, because this will probably bring up issues, especially if you've had a very challenging past. I strongly suggest that you speak to someone who is a professional about that. Right, the benefits of writing your story. There's the third person witness that I discussed, and then there's the healing and the reviewing, and then adjusting your trajectory if that's what you need to do. As I mentioned in my previous video, it's both profound and practical. The transformation's profound, the creative process is profound, and then there's the practical aspects, which I'll start talking about shortly. There's the healing of your inner child, which is a long process, and I've started discussing that in other videos. And then there's exploring where you are now. What do you want to change? What needs to change? What healthy habits do you need to start integrating? And this leads on to the future you. So if you have a look at the trajectory you're really wanting for yourself, at the best possible vision that you can have for that, what is that person like? What do they do? What habits do they have? And as I did mention in 2 videos ago, you can step back from there to try and work out how you might have gotten to that highest vision for yourself. So there are practical steps that you can take and changes that you can make in your life and in your mindset and how you go about your days that can help you get to where you want to go. So then there's the editing process. So is your transformation clear, both for yourself and for your readers? And does it flow? Is there an Act 1, Act 2, Act 3? Then there's the publishing. I suggest using Amazon KDP. If you're working with me, I will help you through that process. And if you're planning on publishing in America, you'll need to have the tax conversation with them as well. But if you just want it to stay in your country and you're not in America, and or if you're in America and you already have your whole IRS process sorted, then you don't need to go through that. And yeah, I will help you with that if need be. So then you publish it. And then you celebrate your win. It's huge, both the transformation you're going to go through, the creative process that you've stepped through, the creation of a published book. All 3 steps are huge wins. And I want you to take time to really honor that. It's something you can share with other people if you want, but take time to do something healthy but fun for yourself to celebrate that win. And then announce it to the world. Again, if you're working with me, I'll step you through every one of these processes. But if you're doing this on your own, just by watching this video, I strongly suggest that you take a moment to share that with the world. If it's something you are publishing, then you're going to want people to read it. And if you want people to read it, then you're going to have to let them know that you've written it and that you've published it. So that's it for now. As I said, I'm planning on calling this Ink Trails, and I'll just quickly explain why. So there's the ink aspect, that's the writing process that you're going on, and trails. If you have a look at my website, as I mentioned earlier, donnanelson.com.au, you'll see that the way I've explained it, it's like a process, an adventure or a mystery that you're working on. It's finding your inner treasure. There's a real theme to it that is in line with my deep love of nature. And trails for me shows that transformational journey that you go on as well. You're on a trail from your past through the present and into the future. So it's a moving feast. It's a moving journey that you'll be going through. And as you'll see with my logos, there's butterflies in there as well, which, so there's the butterflies, there's nature, and there's a book in my logo. And I think that Ink Trails incorporates everything that I'm trying to get across in the simplest way possible. If you totally disagree or if you totally agree, as I said, please do share, and please do like and subscribe and click the notification. If you go over to my website, you can subscribe to my email list and you get a free workbook with that, which really helps you start the process of your writing journey. Thanks so much for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.